Welcome to a retro game collection episode. So today I wanted to give you guys the updated update on my retro gaming handheld collection, and I'll say this now, this does not include emulation devices. I did a completely separate episode in that a couple of months back, and today you're going to be seeing what I think is a decent collection which includes like my Atari Lynx, multiple Game Boy Advance SPs, Game Boy Advance, original Game Boys, even right up to the Nintendo Switch Lite. So we've got a massive variation of gaming and retro gaming consoles, and I want to start with this, as this is my very special brand new, newly acquired custom Game Boy Advance SP. Now here's my disclaimer, gamers. This is product placement from Raw Talent Art. Go and check him out. He reached out to me and asked if he could design me a Game Boy Advance SP with my logo on and different colour combinations, and I instantly said yes. Agreed to show it on a video in exchange for that shout out. And I wouldn't bullshit you guys. If I didn't think his work was any good, I would tell you. I am not paid to say anything, but this is immensely finished. It's a two-tone combo, like with a bluey purple crossing into like a burgundy, almost kind of rose pink burgundy. Really nice finish. Game Boy Advance SP Custom with my logo on the front. I'm telling you now, Rob, I want to order a Super Nintendo controller from you with my design. I will reach out to you, or you can reach out to me after you watch this video. But if you guys want any custom, awesome, really nice finish, like gloss, it's like car paint, like a really nice glossy paint finish. Look at that two-tone. Look at that. You'll see all the pictures of his work on screen anyway, but I'm really impressed with Rob. I found it very difficult to find excellent console, like custom console makers in the United Kingdom. I see a lot of stuff overseas, but I've never seen like work this polished. I've seen a lot of tat and mediocre stuff here in the United Kingdom, but I'd definitely like to work with you again, Rob, and I will pay for you to design me a custom Super Nintendo controller. So guys, this is my first handheld. Okay, we may as well stick on the theme of Game Boy Advance SPs. Now, we've got a couple here. We got the, this is the Zelda edition of the SP, and then a Pikachu SP, which is actually a reshell. I'm not here to blag you guys. This is a really nice reshell. There's a lot of these about on the market, and you'll find, or at least I found, this is not, by the way, but this is, a lot of vendors that sell these at markets are very honest, and their prices are really like good for what, you know, a reshell should be. If you were to buy this like as an absolute original, it would cost you a fair bit, and they're easy to come by, like I said, reshells. And then Game Boy Advance SPs in their native state, I have two here as well. This is like the kind of tribal, I would say kind of early 2000s, most men had these weird tribal tattoos on them, at least all the lads that I was friends with anyway. This is an original, as well as this kind of cobalt blue original Game Boy Advance SP. The SP is a beautiful machine. Of course we can get like custom backlit ones. I unfortunately don't have any custom backlit. In fact, Rob will add custom backlit stuff to his work if you did want to order like an SP or a GBA that was backlit, but none of mine are. So perhaps that is a gap in the collection for my SPs. Maybe I need like a backlit one. Up the top here, you'll see additional stuff as well. I have the NES boxed SP, which isn't in great condition, but nonetheless, they were like really popular and really expensive a couple of years back. I think I paid £75 for that one, and you can get them now for about £50 to £55 box, depending on where you get them from. So those NES versions, or rather variants of the GBA SP, have dropped massively in price. But the good news is the base models of the SPs are incredibly affordable, and I think for me that's part of the appeal for collecting the GBA SP, because there's loads of different variations of them. It's classic Nintendo. They did this with the DS, the 2DS, the 3DS, XL, blah, 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 blah. And they were kind of like, there was evidence of them bringing out different variants of SPs, you know, and I like that because they're, like I said, really cheap, pocket size, love them. But we're going to move on. We've got loads more stuff to show you guys. Let me know which SPs you think would be worth me getting in the comment section below. So we'll just kind of park these over there. Let me give you guys some box stuff right now. I'm going to show you guys this. We've got a nice, this is my only 2DS. This is my only 2DS. This is the Moon version of the Pokemon Sun and Moon release. It was a Black Friday deal a couple of years ago. Not a huge fan of the 2DS. Again, very, very cheap by 2020 standards. And I think if I was to buy any more 2DS consoles, they would literally be for the kind of collector side of me rather than the player side of me, as quite a few of these are. Got a beautiful OG Game Boy. Now just look how shiny that box looks there on the camera. This is in very nice condition. This even has, I'm going to show you this, guys. It even has, remember the old headphones? The box is slightly tattered inside. You guys can see the polystyrene isn't in the best condition. We have all of the leaflets in here, even the poster, the warranty card, got the copy of Tetris there as well, the Game Boy itself, and then do you remember the headphones? Like, I remember with the blue and the red little kind of notches on the left and right. So absolutely stoked with that. I picked this up a couple of years ago at Vintage Gamer. Need to get down there again soon to do a retro game hunt, so stay tuned for that. And I think for me, out of all the handhelds on the market, the Game Boy has the most nostalgia, let's face it. I mean, at the time the Game Gear rivaled. In fact, I do have a Game Gear somewhere. I haven't got it ready for this video. I'll stick a picture in. Yeah, I know already. I'll stick a picture in. But the Game Gear at the time was the kind of rival Sega's answer to the Game Boy. And this still held strong despite its lack of colour. It's Nintendo and it just had, God, it had Mario for crying out loud. Sticking with Nintendo, I have the Luigi 3DS XL here. This was brought a couple of years ago. There's a little Easter egg, I believe, on the pattern here. It's mainly just kind of Luigi dotted all about, but one of them is actually Super Mario, and I didn't know that until one of you guys pointed out, but it's this one here, it's Mario's silhouette, but every other one is Luigi, so Nintendo stuck a little Easter egg in there for us. So that's really, really cool. And then this was my first ever Nintendo 3DS. It's not this one, but it was this exact colour. I think I sold my original one quite some years ago. So this is the Aqua Blue 3DS. This was one of the launch colours way back when the 3DS came out. Again, I think it was a remarkable piece of technology for the time, but unfortunately the 3D element of this didn't have as much impact in the long term as what I was thinking like Nintendo would have wanted. But nonetheless, great machine, and it certainly kind of paved the way for plenty more DS/3DS XLs to kind of come out down the line. So I mind a red one actually. I'm so greedy when it comes around to collecting. And then in more recent pickups, you guys, if you're a fan of my channel, saw me pick up the 25th anniversary 3DS. This came bundled with Ocarina of Time. Very nice release. Little bit of damage on the corner top plate of this, but you know, as far as like base models go, I think these are becoming a little bit more obscure, and I've seen a mild price hike actually in some of these. So if you can get 3DS models, there's the pink and the red one, which were also launch colours. I think, yeah, I wouldn't mind them actually as well. Get them, because I think that we're going to see a big price hike in these over the next couple of years. Continuing then, we have the really nice Pikachu edition with the beveled nose, very, very cute Pikachu edition of the 3DS XL. Beautiful piece of kit. And as you guys know, yellow and pink, my favourite colours. So I'm like always immediately drawn to Pikachu. I love Pikachu. My dog's chewed most of my Pikachu socks actually, which isn't that gnarly, but nonetheless, I'll just have to buy some more. But yeah, I got the nice little Pikachu edition of the 3DS. Weirdly, this is not my favourite 3DS in terms of like aesthetics. My favourite, okay, and it's a toss-up between, up here we have the NES 3DS XL, but here is my favourite console with the SNES 3DS XL, PAL, obviously, living in PAL regions, and up until I purchased this, the NES design, which I have up there, was always my favourite design. The NES design was an NTSC region only, whereas this, I believe, was worldwide. It came out in Japan first, and then a couple of years, maybe like a year actually later, it was released in PAL area. So that's pretty gnarly. Sorry, Nintendo Entertainment System, but you know, I love this more because it's my Super Nintendo. And then we have the new, as if we don't have enough DS variations. This is the kind of basic black model, new 3DS. Really nice actually, obviously with the Super Nintendo PAL coloured buttons, which really what drew me to this. This was a Christmas present a few years back, and obviously we had the amiibo functionality with the new 3DS. So that's really, really cool. So, got more stuff down here, but let's take a break and we'll take a look at some pictures of the other stuff that I haven't got out in front of me that are still parked on the shelves, including my toy remotes. Alrighty, continuing. Got the PS Vita, a very underrated console indeed. A lot of homebrew stuff going on in the PSP. In fact, let's do this. In the PSP and the PS Vita world, this is my base. In fact, there is my actual Vita, so it's a really nice case actually. So a lot of stuff going on in terms of homebrew with the Vita, as well as PSP. This is the base black piano version of the PSP. You may have clocked the PSP Street in the pictures previously, and again, very, very powerful machines. I don't think Sony gave the Vita or the PSP the marketing campaign that they should have had. And to be fair, in a market dominated by the DS and the iterations of and the 3DS, I think these machines were always going to be eclipsed really by Nintendo's powerhouse of marketing machines. And recently we learnt that Sony were not going to be making any more handheld consoles, which kind of saddened me a little bit. But then I kind of thought, well, maybe that would mean like more energy to focus going into the next generation and having those console exclusives for the PS5. So I'm stoked to own these. Again, you would have seen on the pictures with the pink and yellow PSP. Really, really love the kind of quirkiness of those. Again, pink and yellow being my favourite colour. Again, a lot of you are going to say, well, why do you need 3 PSPs? Well, like I've said in many of my episodes, I'm a gamer and I'm a collector. And the collector in me wants the various releases and iterations of. So if I see something and I don't have it, you know, and I've got the kind of disposable cash, I'll buy it. So I'm kind of like deliberately not including my Nintendo Switch in this episode, but I am going to include my Nintendo Switch Lite, of course. Now, the reason I'm not including my Nintendo Switch is because I don't play it out of its dock, but obviously I do play my Switch Lite. As you can see here, this is the really nice yellow, there's a theme going here, yellow model. I love it. I've been playing a lot of Zelda on it, and I know a lot of you guys have been absolutely crazy for this. They are easy to get. Switch Lites are very easy to get here in the United Kingdom, but I've been told that there's been a bit of a shortage and a price increase with the base Nintendo Switch model. I don't know why that is, because, well, I just don't know why that is. And maybe just people just would rather play a Switch on a TV. I'm not quite sure. Now, I've always kind of been an advocate for console gaming over handhelds, but I can see the value in the light, especially if you travel a lot. So pretty stoked to own both variations. And let me know which colour Switch you have got, and do you think the rumours of the Switch Pro, like I'm talking like 4K stuff, rumours of Switch Pro, do we think that's going to happen or not? Thank you very, very much, guys, for taking part in this episode. Don't forget to check out some of Rob's additional work. His Etsy, Instagram and Facebook will all be linked in the description. I think where we can all support local businesses, let's go for it. I make no money out of sales, and I'm mentioning him because we agreed that he'd send me this, and if I liked it I would mention him in a video, and boy do I love this. So thank you, Rob. Thank you to all my new subscribers, viewers. I love you guys. Thank you for sponsoring this channel, and I will catch you in the next episode. Got a belter for you as well. You're going to be shocked in the next episode, but for now, take care. See you soon.